Welcome to Valerie's Real Talk podcast. My name is Valerie Smith and I'm your host. Today is episode 20. I want to say that I am excited to hit episode 20 because that's a milestone for me to keep going, to be consistent, to bring content to you. Because today I'm going to talk to you about how to stay focused. Now, you know what happens after the new year, after January, and you get into February, you start hearing people saying, I lost my way. I'm not planning like I did in January. I was so excited. Today is the day. If you are feeling that you are not living up to your resolutions or your goals, it's time to stay focused. I want to say to you that, is it easy to get off course? Yes, because life happens. It could be you got sick, or something happened at your job, or you were laid off. A lot of things can be a distraction. The news media, everything that's happening in the world can really take you off course. But you cannot allow outside forces to take you off the journey that you're supposed to be on, which is now. You don't worry about yesterday. You don't worry about tomorrow. But what you want to do is focus on today. I know when I was going to college, and I'm going to pick Columbia College of Chicago. That's where I graduated with my bachelor's in music. What I did to stay focused, because I had a plan to graduate in 2 years, I had what you call a time blocking calendar. It's the best thing in the world. You have the times. You put everything down. What time you're going to get up, what time you're going to eat breakfast, when is your first class, how long are you going to study. Because I was a musician, I also had to practice. I had to practice my instrument, which was the flute. I had to do music theory. I had to do sight singing musicianship and piano class. My schedule was full, but I had a regiment on how I studied, how I took care of myself, because my teacher told me, you have to eat. You have to eat. Even your dinners have to be on a time schedule. If you find yourself really busy and you're not eating, that's not going to be great for you, because your body needs fuel. You need water. You need sleep. You have to exercise. Everything comes into play when we're talking about staying focused. Not on just work, but on your personal life too. It's very important. In order for you to meet those goals that you want in the future, you have to start today. If that means planning out your work schedule and then planning out your personal life schedule, because you have to have a balance between work and your personal life. And not only that, the in-between, and that's the development. You have to keep on developing your skills. You have to be developing that muscle that you're good at. Whatever that gift that you have to stay focused on the goal. My superpower is speaking. I'm not going to stop speaking. I'm going to find ways that I can speak. Either speak professionally as a paid speaker or continue working on my craft and Toastmasters. Wherever I have to go to make sure that I'm honing on those speaking skills, I'm going to do all that I can to find opportunities to speak. Another opportunity of mine is leadership development, because I'm a person of influence. I like to see people grow. So these are the things that I put in place, and I want to make sure that I continue growing. And that's what you have to do. You have to get out your journal. You have to get out your notebook. If you don't have a journal, start focusing on what do you need to focus on first, and that's yourself. The first thing is yourself. Write down these words: non-negotiable time. I say it again: non-negotiable time. That is very important for you to understand that you need time for yourself. That's the first thing. You need your me time. You need that reflection. That's your focus on you. Making sure you meal prep. Making sure you have an exercise plan. Are you going to be doing some walking outside in nature? Or are you going to go to the gym? Or are you going to work out at home? These are things that you need to put in perspective. What kind of food are you putting in your body? Do you have to go to the store? Do inventory. That's what it means to be focused. So now you're focusing on meal prepping so you can stay healthy. How much water are you drinking? Are you going to drink half of your weight? Meaning you take how much you weigh, you divide it in half, and that's how many ounces you drink. You have to put these things in perspective. The same thing with work. How are you going to prioritize your week that you don't feel overwhelmed? Have it on the schedule. That's very important. And then your development. How are you going to develop your skills to make time for you? It could be one course. Take it. Build on it. Research. In your industry, what do you need to be up to speed on before 2030? We can never predict 2030, but it's good to stay ready at all costs. So the first thing you're going to need to do is focus on your health. Focus on your well-being, your mental health, your spiritual health, your financial health. And then you want to develop. What are you going to learn? Write these things down. What is very crucial in your industry that you have to be ready and stay ready. And then what you have to do is that personal time. Personal time, development time, and work time. All of those things have to have a balance. People say they don't believe in work-life balance. I believe in it. Now, it doesn't mean when we think of work-life balance, you think of personal time off, right? But there are people who have their own business and they still need time off. But my thing is, don't look at it as time off. Look at it as you are a package. Not only are you worried about how your day or your week is going to be at work, now we have to factor in, okay, I have personal development, which are my skills. And then I have my well-being, which is my health, my mental health. And am I working out? Am I hydrated? These things have to have a balance. And you come first. And that's how you're going to stay focused, because everything's going to be written down. All your plans. And make sure you get that time blocking calendar. If that doesn't work for you and you use a regular calendar, that's fine. It could be a digital calendar, not camera, calendar. But I cannot stress to you how important you are and how you and your time matters. And that's how you're going to stay focused. That's how you're going to hone in on what you need to do by looking at your calendar every day, because your time matters and you have to stay focused. Make sure you set some time aside. It could be Sunday. It could be on the weekend. It could be in the middle of the week. Whatever works for you. Take some time. Plan out your week or your month. However you want to do it. But you have to stay focused. And don't be distracted. Because now, which is today, matters. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. And when you plan today, you'll see your tomorrow. I want to say thank you for joining me today for Valerie's Real Talk podcast. And my name is Valerie Smith. I'm your host, and I look forward to seeing you next week for episode 21.